Roasting every rank in Marvel Rivals, a manifesto. For clarification, I will be structuring the flaming within this video, starting with the ranks I absolutely despise and have routinely crashed out in the most in choice order. With that being said, Grandmaster, come over here and catch this smoke. Where do I even start with you unintelligent, mechanically inept, chronic FanDuel gambling, vertically challenged heathens? If you can't admit that playing in Grandmaster is more difficult than trying to lead a group of blind monkeys out of a zoo enclosure that's on fire, you're lying. Grandmaster is the most insufferable rank I have ever had to endure in my solo queue ranked climb. Do you want to know what I'd rather do than solo queue and Grandmaster again? I would rather storm the beaches of Normandy barefoot with a sock full of quarters as my only weapon, hand count every blade of grass in Central Park, swim down the Chicago River during winter butt naked. Hell, I'd rather call up my gaslighting ex and admit that I was the problem and she did nothing wrong than have to solo queue climb through Grandmaster rank ever again. Grandmaster is where a man's sanity goes to die when playing Marvel Rivals. There is no way a clinically undiagnosed, mentally healthy person can play more than 3 games in a row in Grandmaster without massively hemorrhaging brain cells and coherent thought patterns. Why is this rank insufferable, you may ask? Well, it's because this rank is filled with jobless, fatherless, introverted, sadistic, unmotivated, basement-dwelling hermits. This is the most uncivilized, barbaric, and narcissistic rank I've ever been forced to experience. Diamond is filled with emotionally stunted only children, born and raised Floridians, late 20-year-olds who've never had a girlfriend, and people that dry scoop creatine before they go into the gym, only to end up squatting less than their body weight. Playing in Diamond is like surviving a lunchroom food fight at a last-chance juvenile detention center, because playing ranked games in this ELO is the equivalent of trying to get toddlers across a busy street with no child harness on. Diamond players are so thirsty and down bad for Grandmaster that they'd sell their family to the cartel if it meant that they would finally win their rank-up game into GM. You would think that these dimwits would know every hero's kit, yet they still take stupid 1v1s and die like it's their first time they fought that hero. They try to play Iron Man like he's a sniper, but still can't hit a Groot that DC'd mid-team fight. Diamond players will argue tooth and nail with you like an entitled Fox News watching boomer that they can't switch heroes because they need to use their ultimate, only to then proceed to get instantly killed by a Hawkeye arrow mid-animation of using their ultimate, balls deep behind enemy lines. They will rotate late, flank late, use their defensive support ult late, and die avoidable deaths, and then have the audacity to type GG go next, team diff bigger than the Grand Canyon before the game is even over. Believe me, Diamond is not high elo. Diamond is piss low at best. This radioactive cesspool is nothing more than a participation trophy earned for being unemployed long enough to spam an unfathomable amount of games daily to crawl up here. And the worst part about Diamond is that the ego in this rank becomes worse than the Kansas City Chiefs fan base during the NFL regular season. Wanna know why? It's because all of you harlots gaslight yourselves into believing that Diamond is high elo, even though you ignore the fact that there are literally 4 other ranks above it. Platinum rank is filled with people who chronically vape, Tim the Tapman watchers, country music listeners, husky owners, and people who think swapping when they are being hard countered is for quitters. I just don't get it. Why does this rank have so many mechanically good players that have the mental processing power of a guinea pig? I have never seen so many players physically outplay their competition, but still consistently lose team fights because they don't understand the concepts of map positioning, ult management, peeling for supports, baiting out the other team's abilities, and not feeding free ult charge like a Catholic food bank during Lent. Platinum players delusionally think their aim is exceptional, even though they have an average accuracy on the Punisher sitting at an astounding 19%. They scream team diff in all chat after losing their 9th game in a row, despite them being the sole reason their team lost that game. Then they have the gall to blame engagement-based matchmaking after every loss because I shouldn't be in this rank anyway. Or the classic old reliable of, I swear I always get the worst teammates. Matchmaking is giving me teams that hold me back from climbing. You know what? Plat players are those guys who were athletic and really good at sports growing up in school, but they were always in lower level remedial classes for every subject because they struggled to read at a 3rd grade level. Do Celestial players just sniff glue and huff galaxy gas like Saw Gerrera before y'all hop on to play ranked every day? No, serious question, because what the actual hell am I witnessing every time I queue up for ranked? Celestial is a rank filled with head ass, neck ass, face ass people. These are the type of troglodytes to jump over 3 lanes on the highway without a turn signal in the rain just so they don't miss their exit. Half of y'all play this game like it's a World Cup tournament and the cost of losing is either death by firing squad or watching your girlfriend cheat on you live through your front door ring cam camera, and the other half of you play like you have your feet on the keyboard and mouse, and you walk around the map like it's the first time you ever logged into the game before. Don't even get me started preaching about how 95% of Celestial players are only in this elo because they abuse team stacking ranked queues. I would bet the deed to my future house, if all of you made a brand new account that you were forced to solo queue only on, most of y'all would not even make it to GM in the length of a single season. You know what? I have a game we should play. It's called Let's Take a Shot anytime a Celestial player says, "Whatever, I don't care about winning this game. This is my alt. I'm a top 500 smurf." Or, "GG, go next. I don't even care about winning. I'll throw your rank up game." As they sweat bullets sitting in their Final Fantasy VII Secret Lab chair and bang their desk every time they die to a random Hawkeye arrow. But nah, the most absolute worst degenerate behavior that goes on in this rank that tilts me to no end is how no one in Celestial finds it essential to use their mics. But as soon as they lose that game and get into the defeat screen, they finally open up their voice chat and hurl the most abhorrent, racist, homophobic, misogynistic slurs at you that would offend Robert E. Lee himself. Congratulations! You stink! No, you don't stink because you suck at this game. You stink because you play this game so much that your refusal to take daily showers and brush your teeth has me smelling an ungodly anime convention stench through your open mic. Being in Eternity and top 500 rank is like a badge of honor to y'all. But how come y'all have the brain capacity to memorize every location of every health pack as a Spider-Man one trick, or you fully memorize the cooldown of every single one of your abilities without having to look, but you can't remember your mom's birthday, or the password to your Crunchyroll account, or even what you had for breakfast that day? Like, make it make sense. The math ain't mathin' to me. And don't even get me started on the team comp elitism that goes on in Eternity and top 500 rank either. Most of you shameless one tricks will see someone hover an off-meta pick and hero select, and you'll immediately start protesting in team chat that you'll intentionally throw the game if someone dares picks Penny Parker instead of Magneto or Strange. Like, what makes you the team comp police? Like, your ass isn't gonna be the one to throw the game because you stubbornly insta-locked Black Panther into an enemy team running Namor, Luna, The Thing, and Emma Frost. Also, I don't know about y'all, but to me, the funniest type of Eternity player is the down, horrendous, hard-stuck Celestial player who finally hits Eternity after a lucky win streak, and then they intentionally stop playing on their main so their account stays in Eternity, and then they proceed to shamelessly go terrorize low elo players on a Smurf account without losing a shred of their dignity. Riddle me this, why are gold players so afraid to play ranked? No, it's not just because most of them stop playing just so they can get the free skins. It's really because most of them are so scared of playing the game and going on a big enough loss streak that there is a real chance that they will demote down to their own personal 7th circle of hell known as silver. Gold players are so afraid of hitting that ranked queue up button that you would think NetEase wrote the word accountability in all caps on it. I have one phrase that describes gold players the best: mic on, brain off, and hands for decoration. Gold players have the inverse problem Celestial players have, where instead of playing well but refusing to talk, gold players love to talk mad shit in all chat after getting a lucky kill, while simultaneously crashing out in voice chat on their team because they all start collectively getting dumpstered mid-match. Whoa there, big dog. Don't run to the comment section of this video to come from my neck, you raggedy bitch. I know a hit dog will holler. Instead, I invite you to purchase a mirror on Amazon and reflect on why you are so scared of silver rank, yet so incapable of climbing out of a rank that you insist that you are better than. It would behoove y'all to learn what your favorite hero's ultimate actually does. But alas, you suffer another loss streak for the 7th time this week because you refuse to simply try out new heroes in quick match, or God forbid the range, before you delusionally take them into your ranked matches. But who am I to speak? Don't listen to me. If most silver players would learn to press their push to talk button before they do something that's most likely going to have consequences mid-match, maybe they'd win more and get to gold so they can get that free skin and then quit playing till next season. But hey, don't shoot me, I'm just the messenger. I just can't flame bronze players. The issue with bronze is that half of this rank is people who have never played rank before, and that's due to NetEase's dumb practice of forcing every active account to start in bronze. And then the other half of the people down here are either brand new to the game or the hero shooter genre in general. So with that being said, if there's one rank where I will leave them alone and not come for their necks in dignity, it'll be this one. And with that being said, rant over, crash out over. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you identified with any of these roasts of any of these ranks.